'Twas the Night Before Nannybots by Chris Rowan. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, glaring noise from cell phones, TVs, and video games was impossible to douse. My parents were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of 3D avatars danced in their heads. My Nannybot stood next to me, attentive and pure as a monk, while my parents slept fitfully, sedated, and quite drunk. I had earlier awakened to the sound of a mouse, sat bolt upright in bed, and excitedly ran through the house. As Nannybots were not especially programmed for mice, she stood silently by and pretended to be nice. Surrounded as we were by an invisible electromagnetic shield, the entry of the mouse to our house was especially weird. Hermetically sealed in our dark virtual tomb, a live creature was as rare as a flower in bloom. I chased the mouse, but to no avail, as he quickly and smartly escaped me, minus his tail. My parents were useless in matters like this, as their many technologies rendered them mindless in their bliss. I knew it was up to me to get the mouse safely outside and free him from this world full of electronic pride. I tiptoed down the stairs, being ever so careful, and bumped into St. Nick, who was especially cheerful. "You're the first human I've seen in years," old Nick said with a sigh. "Those Nannybots really all should die. Gone are the real trees, the tinsel and baubles. Now all you have is fake trees and strobe lights that give me the wobbles." Santa told me a story that went back years and years about how Christmas used to be, with his eyes full of tears. He said before Nannybots, moms and dads were all the rage, and long ago they weren't drugged, and their children they raised. The parents played games with their kids and got down on the floor, giving piggybacks and tickles and much, much more. I was shocked and amazed at the stories he told, and a feeling came over me that was really quite bold. I asked Santa to help me get my parents out of bed so they could listen to an idea I had dancing in my head. But first, Santa and we prepared the scene for something so magical, real, and serene. We unplugged all devices and, along with the Nannybot, threw them out into the snow. That's as far as they got. When everything was ready and we slowed down our pace, we woke up my parents with snowballs to their face. "What's going on?" my dad said with a roar. "Who took my cell phone, computer, iPad, and Xbox? And what's that on the floor?" My mom looked quite quizzical as she gazed all around and said, "Johnny, what have you and Santa hidden under that mound?" I showed them all the stockings and decorations so gay, and all the games hidden underneath the blanket that Santa had found deep in his sleigh. I pleaded, "Let's do a day without drugs or Nannybots or things that plug in. Let's jump on the bed, cut down a tree, and let the magic begin." My parents were in shock, but soon got excited, and my dad screamed, "Let's just do it," as he grabbed me elated. From the mouth of babes, my mom looked at me with delight. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.